Hello, my friends. This is the very spot that we had our encounter, me and my wife. This is the very spot in 2023, July 26th through the end of that month. And we held a round table up here and we had guests. Brent Dill from the Tall Ones. Thomas frickin' Steenberg from the Buquas crew. Are you kidding me? Nikki Colin from Sasquatch Secrets. We had Jen from Bigfoot, New York. We had Nana and Papa, Steve, and Curious Cryptid and his wife in my camp also. You honored me by coming into this camp. It was, we had a great time out here. I would love you guys to sit back and listen to what was discussed that day. It's two parts. I hope that you would like to tune into this and enjoy what these people had to say. Brent Dill is the one that created this video that you're about to watch. He put a lot of hard work into this. That's just 2 times I've got to camp with this man. He's a phenomenal investigator. And God bless, and we'll see you later.
Might have to talk a little louder.
Roundtable discussion, Mount St. Helens, 2023.
July 2023.
July 2023.
We made it.
Yay!
We survived too. Day 5, 4, 5.
I've been up here since Friday, last Friday, so day 8 for me.
Day 8. Nice. Saved us a great spot.
This is an open discussion about what we feel is going on in the Sasquatch world and what we feel they may be as a species. And so we'll start.
Hello everybody, Nikki Cologne from Sasquatch Secrets, and I have to say I have been utterly blown away, and I'm going to get emotional. So, I always knew I was going to come, and this was going to be my thing. So, I came here and it was way more. And I was talking to Thomas, and it's something that I think that Sasquatch bug really bit me, you know, and it was a good feeling. It was me. It was me, and I think all the stuff that I do online and all the research and armchair researching, it was a good thing, because I know a lot of things. I went out there and I think I knew a lot of things already. And it proved to me that I am worth the community. You know, I'm worth being part of the community. And although I don't have to be boots on the ground to know the subject, to learn the subject, to talk about the subject, and on the other end, I learned that being boots on the ground has also given me a strength that I didn't know I had. And in this type of environment of friends, it's like the ultimate prize, the ultimate feeling. And I wholeheartedly love each one of you guys, because I've learned something from each one of you. Papa twice now, from the Mogollon Rim and Nana to here. And Jen and Brett, who I've been talking to online for forever. But that connection, I think, has gone a little bit stronger now. And I just want to give that impression that what you see is what you get. I am who I am. And I don't ever or have ever tried to portray myself as something I'm not. So I'm going to continue to be skeptical. And even though this was a big wake-up call to some things that'll come out in the future, I feel like it was a big gift that each of you have given me this coming and participating. So
Nikki,
I thank you.
where are you from? How did you get here to Mount St. Helens? Where are you from?
El Paso, Texas. So yeah, we flew in and was gonna make it happen. When initially it was Michael, well, both of you actually at the same time contacted me through different messages saying, hey, we're thinking about getting together and we want you to come along. And I'm like, that sounds really great, because this is a year in the making, folks, a year in the making. And we had up to 30 some odd people wanting to come. Okay, everybody wants to come, but it's a whole different circumstances the closer you get to events. And we had a lot of people drop out, some because there's no toilets out here, some because of hardship or finances or whatever it is. But they said, yeah, you better be there, you better be there. And along the way, we did lose some people that we wish were here, such as Leon Thompson. But he's been in my mind, and he was up on my mind up there. A spot I call the portal, okay? And you will call it
The ambush spot.
the ambush spot.
Or the ambush tunnel.
Yeah. So, Leon, thinking of you. I love you. And that's how it just talking and starting to organize and letting people to know, we're going to do this. It's going to happen. And the minute I bought my ticket, it was going to happen. I was not going to let it not happen now. And almost had a disappointment with you, Michael. It was a close call, but you can't help what you can't help. That's the whole situation. And things come up. But you made it here, and I'm so glad to have got to put arms around you and welcome you to all this. So that's how it came. And there may be future events here. It's a lot, but of course, maybe not in this spot. Maybe we have to get Jay and Monda out somewhere else. If we make this a big event, maybe we could choose different areas to explore.
This is just the beginning.
This is just the beginning. And I think the group we have here right now is probably one of the more understanding, opinionated group of people that just want answers, and we want the truth, and we don't want the fluff. Right? Just the facts. Just the facts, Jack. So, I think my little spiel. So, thank you.
Dakota Gregory.
I'm Dakota from Minnesota. So I'm known around these most parts, I guess. I came out here and I made it out Tuesday night. I stopped halfway in Montana and I camped out on the Yellowstone River. And since I arrived at around 10 o'clock at night, probably, coming through the mountains, no signal, no phone, didn't even have a map. I just kind of gut instinct and I just knew if I found a Operation Green Tent that I was there and I could find my way, and I did. But I came out here with open ears and without actually expecting anything, and I'm glad I did that. But I really, I think I learned a lot, and I guess I have more of a better understanding of this subject matter, and it's probably one of those more touchy subjects where, like, it's easy to shrug off, but to me, and being here and learning and listening to everybody, and anyone that's actually experienced this subject matter is like is really it touches home in my heart. It actually makes me feel comfortable, and I know that when I came and I met everybody, that they truly do believe with their heart and soul and with every bone in their body that like this is, whether it's a belief or not, it touches them somehow where it impacts their life, and like it impacts everybody here. And I've never had that impact where I'm from, and I've never had an experience, an encounter to this day, none of that. But when you can look in someone's eyes and you can hear that sincerity and the truth and stuff of just their experiences is quite wonderful when you know that it's what they know in their heart and how they feel really resonates with them, and that resonated with me. And being out here has just been really a great experience, and I'm glad I did it. I mean, I know I didn't have to. No one twisted my arm or anything. I was really honored to get an invite, and plus I just really love barbecue. I think we all know that. And we had some great food out here this weekend, and still some more to come tonight for supper. I just really look forward to diving a little bit deeper into the subject matter, learning some more, and I'll tread lightly. That's all I can say. That's all I got.
Well, you found something your very first date. You found something as a rookie that was so worth covering and taking pictures and videoing. What'd you find?
Well, I woke up and I got out of the truck because I never set up a campsite yet. It was too dark. And I got up and I walked down the drive to just kind of take a couple pictures of the mountains and just kind of look where I'm at, because when I came up it was nighttime, couldn't see nothing. And I wandered just a little south towards Operation Green Tent, and I knew, being a hunter for all these years, I found a print, and I photographed it right away, and as soon as I saw, I knew that it wasn't my foot, it wasn't anyone here, and I knew that it was, I needed a second opinion right away. But so I didn't like jump for joy, going like woohoo, like I got it, I came back, I talked to Jay, we went back down, and sure shit, there was a second, there was a really good impression that it really kind of kick-started something in my head, and I felt that I'm not, I know I'm being watched, but I knew I was really being watched. I just felt like I was really being watched that night. It's probably the coolest thing I've ever found out in the woods. And like that way, I mean, I found, deer sheds and stuff like that, but never a print that I couldn't identify, a print that I couldn't wrap my head around, a print, something that I had no knowledge of at all, and I still don't technically. I can't definitive in my book right this second, but all I know is that it was worth the drive to come out here and be able to meet all you lovely people. That's all I got.
How'd you get here?
Columbus, Ohio. How'd I get here?
Well,
Flew into Seattle, met up with Miss Nikki here, which is awesome. I get to meet Nikki.
Yeah.
And then coming out here and see you people, been on shows with you people, talk to you people, the chats all the time. It's just awesome. And that was really my whole intention. Relax, have fun, get to meet everybody. And then, walking around, finding a footprint. Awesome. Loved it. The thing about this subject is once you get a glimpse of something, anything, a footprint, weird noises, or something moving between the trees that you can't quite put your finger on, that internal jitter that you get makes this something entirely new in your head. You walk around in the woods your whole life and you're like, it's just the woods. And then you find something that you can't put a finger on. That's not supposed to be there. That's not right. And then all this changes. It becomes holy crap, there's something out there. And it just changes your perspective on the woods, on your outlooks on things, your beliefs about things. And then when you find people who understand that, you can talk to that, share in it, it's just amazing. It's been so good eating everything.
I hope that people can, not too many people know who you are, so if you wouldn't mind saying who you are and where you're from, that would help a lot of people.
I'm Steenberg. I've come down from British Columbia, Canada. Appreciate very much you invited me to get together. It's always great to get together with fellow researchers and enthusiasts. Always open to new ideas and thoughts, even if I agree with them or not. That's the way things get done. And to me, I started researching the Sasquatch mystery, actually physically researching it in 1978. And I've been doing it for a hell of a long time. I've interviewed, I lost count. My last count, my BC files is on 229. And I've seen footprints on several occasions, possibly 2 more on this trip. Very fascinating. Be proud of what you found.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Wasn't bad,
Amazing.
yeah.
A rookie just said it.
Definite possibility. Yeah. Now, and yours as well. Too shabby. Too shabby. Why did you guys find it, not me?
That's okay. I got some
We all
good
went,
spread eagle on the
let's
floor.
get it before Thomas
Just like this on the
Yeah.
floor. I got some good ones.
But the fact is, and a lot of strange happenings have been going on, like noises and stuff like that around. We haven't seen anything physically, but you get the feeling, and of course we're in the heart of Washington State Sasquatch country. I mean, southern end of Mount St. Helens. Legends go back over the day when they used to call them the Mountain Devils. And this area is famous for the 8 Cannon incident in 1924. Long, rich, ongoing history going back, well, since the beginning. Since the beginning. And all we can do is investigate, keep a clear head. You probably never heard me say this before, but stick to the facts and never deviate. That's my model, has been from day one, and I think that's the best advice I can give anybody. Adopt that model. Stick to the facts, never deviate facts, and have a logical, skeptical mind, because a healthy dose of skepticism, in my opinion, is one of the best qualities a researcher can have. Okay, because you're always questioning, even question yourself. Man, I've been questioning myself for 40 years. And the fascinating thing about this trip, I've been on a lot of expeditions, so-called expeditions, get together camp, and I think this is the only one I've ever been where 2 possible prints were found by 2 different members, 1 day apart. Yeah. And wow, we solved one mystery out here. If a tree falls in the forest and no one's there to see it, does it make a noise? Damn
Hell
right
yeah.
it does. Damn right it does. Yeah. So it's a wonderful experience. The weather could not have been better. I think I've eaten better in the last 3 days than I had in the last 2 years. Yeah. Spoiled me. And all I can say is we will carry on. We will investigate, keep an open mind, stick to the facts, and trust our brains, our intelligence, and our as one member said, our gut instincts. And that's what you should do.
Thank you, Thomas. It's been amazing.
My name is Jason J. Birch. I go by Jay, but my name is Jason. I live here. I live just 10 miles from here. And this is where I've had an actual encounter, and because of that encounter, like people have said, you get bitten by the bug. Even though I suffered mental damage for a while and struggled with it a little bit, it caused us to pack up everything within a year and move here. We sold everything we had and bought a motor home, rented a spot, and we've lived here ever since, 6 years. And it's just something that you can't, once you've seen one of these things, or you've seen like real good evidence and nobody else is around type of stuff, and the things, what I heard that night and everything, you get bitten by a bug, even if you're so afraid, you still can't help it. You still can't help it.
I experienced that exact thing.
And it just, it caused me to meet people. Brent Dill was the first person ever to reach out to me. And we met online and became friends, and then met him on a show, and then he actually come up here a couple of years ago with a couple other people and did some research up here. I don't consider myself a researcher because they came to this camp. I didn't go out looking for them or anything like that, and I still don't. I don't. But I think that the most activity we have every year in any of these camps on this going up this ridge behind us, we get whoops and we get all kinds of things like that every single year, every time we come up. So it's you get the bug, but I was so happy to see Nikki, who I've been on her shows, and Dakota and I met the same way that Michael and I met. We met on a cooking show, or not a cooking show, but a cooking club type of, what are those groups? And
Barbecue.
yeah, and I just was, we struck up friendship like that, and then, you know, he wasn't a Bigfoot enthusiast, but Michael was, and so, but him and I's relationship, jibing each other about our cooking and stuff like that, and then talking about Bigfoot and things like that. We don't talk all the time. I mean, he's a man, he's a father, he's worked the same with me, but close enough that I wanted him here, and if he could make it, and you know, I total respect for a guy that would drive all the way from Minnesota to be a part of this, and meeting Jen. We've been in chats forever, and then I finally see her on working with Joe, and now I was just like, oh, that'd be awesome for you. And Thomas, to me, that was my dream, is to sit around a campfire with this man and listen to some good historical things, because he knows, he's been through way more than we'll ever even begin to. So
he made that happen.
Yeah, that's just amazing, and I'm so grateful to have you. And with Brent, you know, we said, because of all the bullshit in politics, that I don't care if somebody has something to say about him. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. We're friends to the end. I don't want we're not going to let anything get in the way of that. I just, you know, and then Michael, I have had so much fun. We probably every day we're sending crazy, sometimes nasty shit back and forth. Funny stuff, man. We have a lot of fun, but yeah, he's very enthusiastic, and I like that. And I've been talking with Papa Craig. I only knew him as Papa C. I've been talking to him for a long time in chats and stuff, and I meet him finally. So that's really an honor to have you up here. And you're from a part of the over there in Oregon where my family lived for a very short time, just I think 20 miles from where you guys are. So, and that area is a hot spot too for Sasquatch. So I'm grateful to have everybody here, and that for this to happen and have it planned for a year and almost fall apart. Whew, that was the thing, because you got to budget things in to make sure you've got what you need, the money and all that. And I've been a nervous wreck all weekend thinking that I'm not feeding people enough. And it's just because I'd rather put out a feast, but the fine cooking that's been going on, oh my gosh, it's been a real treat food-wise. Oh my gosh. So, and there's, like I said, there's still great food to come. So, but I appreciate each and every one of you guys for showing up here, and definitely want to do this yearly or bi-yearly, or as some of us are getting older. So I would like to thank all of you for coming in, and especially you people that came from a long ways. Appreciate that very much. Mr. Brent Dill, he's a tall one.
My name is Brent, and I am a Bigfoot addict. I've been a Bigfoot addict for like 7 years, and I'm sure many people have that addiction, that obsession. Where me personally, I just want to see one and really get a confirmation and really learn out there. That's why I appreciate like people like Thomas Steenberg, Nikki, and others who are out there, being a good representation of what we need in the subject of where we need to go, and holding firm when something isn't correct, and really making sure the facts are out there. And like everybody, I'm here to learn, and it's quite the journey. And we're in a beautiful area. It's my second time coming down here, it's just amazing, and I look forward to what we have going forward, and the journey, and everything. And that's about it. Short and sweet.
Michael, tell us where you're from.
From Calgary, Alberta. And I want to thank Jay and Nikki and everybody for having me. And Bigfoot or not, I've never met a bunch of nicer people in my life. Everybody that I know in the Bigfoot community is so nice. And I hope we can do it again next year or whatever you said. Stop.
I'm Papa C. And I have been an outdoorsman all my life. Survivalist, logger, hunter, fisherman. Skipped school to go play survivalist. And starting in junior high school. And I even went and lived in the woods most of the year for a few years. And I've had a whole lot of experiences over the years, but I did not believe in Bigfoot. Just couldn't be. We'd have one in the zoo. And so in 2018, Nana saw one looking in the camper window. And she was so freaked out about it, and then the cherries had disappeared out of the trees nearby, and right by the camper, and then she started watching every episode of Never Finding Bigfoot twice. And in that show they had a lot of testimonials by people who had experiences, and I went, I've had that happen, and I've had that happen, and I've had that. So I started looking it up, and I'm going, I should probably tell people about this. Nana must have really seen one. I laughed at her at first. She wouldn't talk to me about it for a couple of years. So finally I go, you really saw one, didn't you? And so I started talking, went online and found all you guys. And then 2 years ago, Nana says, I want to go see another one. I says, that's not what we do, Nana. We try to avoid those things. They're scary. And so our one and only adventure on Bigfoot researching, we went out and set up, I thought, this time of year, I always hear this really strange, mumbling, weird talking, and I can't find the people doing it. And so maybe I've heard Bigfoot do that, so maybe we'll go up there and camp by that where I hear that this time of year. sometimes. And so we're up there about 3 or 4 hours. It's getting 7 o'clock in the evening, time to make a campfire, and we're sitting here watching the woods. I got a nice camera sitting right here on the table or on my lap, ready to take a picture out here in the woods where we're looking, and I get up and go behind me and stick my head in a tree, and then immediately pops up, "Papa, get your gun, get your gun, they're here, they're here." And I go, "Who's here?" She says, "Bigfoot's here." And I'm like cringing, going, "Nana, you're nuts," or I'm going to see 3 or 4 Bigfoot when I turn around. You know, I don't know which is
Either
going
or.
on. And I turn around, there's nothing. I go, "Well, where was it?" She goes, "Standing in the road." And I head over that way, and I'm looking in the woods like this, and there's something moving out there, Nana. But so anyway, we ended up seeing a 9-foot tall Sasquatch just walk off out of camp. So now I'm sure of it, but boy, I tell you, that makes you gullible. Because every picture you see that looks like that going through the woods, you go, "Could be real."